Shalom, giving all praise unto Yahweh Shemel Shai Bachim Hakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone. And honor you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So I'm the brother Ibodia coming out here to give you another video for the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai Bachim Hakwadash. Giving all praise unto Yahweh Shemel Shai Bachim Hakwadash. And double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, which are our elders, which give us this truth and taught us this truth through the spirit and the divine intervention of Yahweh Shemel Shai. So this here is going to be a pretty quick video. I might entitle this video as you thought things were going to return back to normal. And the damage is already done. And subsequent amount of damage may be seen in the months to come. And that's to do with this global exercise that we've just witnessed throughout the four corners of the earth. Wherewith multiple markets out there have been severely afflicted, for lack of a better statement, because you also got something known as a global economy. Not because, but rather more, you also got another thing called a global economy. So even if you had it to where one market, that's the United States market, was heavily affected by the global exercise, it was still going to be felt and rippled throughout the entirety of the globe. But we've seen nation after nation print money as a means of keeping their so-called economy afloat. And as we see through the course of history, the ancient Chinese dynasty comes to mind, Zimbabwe comes to mind, where a nation believes that they have a monopoly on their currency and therefore could print money to get themselves out of a particular predicament. We see that the devaluing, or rather more the printing of money, is directly proportional to the amount of inflation that you're going to get. So here it is, you had people getting stimulus checks, and out here within England, they was getting furlough checks. And lo and behold, just like exactly a year later, for all intents and purposes, or exactly a year later, you're seeing that the economy is unstable. You're seeing that the economy is not what it used to be. And one has to think, if this is a global exercise, and we know that the agenda from the longest time was to have it to where everybody is chipped, then you have to wonder, is this thing even real? And we know that Esau could put out there particular things, or rather more, let's rephrase that. Is this exercise organic? Is this thing that we're witnessing throughout the four corners of the earth an organic thing? And we can come to the conclusion because there's a thing called who benefits, cui bono. Who benefits from a mass wealth transfer from the poor to the rich? Because when you have money printing, people think that you get money into your pocket. No, that's not how it works. Yeah, you get a check, but guess what? Through prices increasing, they get their money back and then some. See, these elites work off of a thing called buying when there's blood within the streets. And sure enough, when inflation hits, and you can see from these particular articles that I've got here, inflation is going to hit, and it's going to hit in a major way. And as a result of that, as it says within the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, you're going to have these people out here going crazy. Okay? These people out here are going to go on a mad one. They're going to go crazy because you can't feed your kids. Well, guess what? You got to go find a way of feeding your kids. You might have to put boots on the ground. Whatever you're going to have to do, this is what these people are going to do, man. See, it's all good and well when you're talking about we got to save the local, what do you call it? We got to save the local hospitals. It's all good and well saying that, but you got to remember, if you can't go to your cost of job and work and feed your kids, well, there's going to be physical implications that we're going to see as a result of that. There's going to be action that's going to be taken by the people as a result of that. And that's part of the intended purpose. These elites work off of a thing of order out of chaos. So that's part of the intended reaction. That's part of the intended scheme. Because now they can really put the force down on the people. See, the New World Order is just not about the financial side of things. They ain't just thinking about putting chips in everybody. They want total and absolute control. They want to count how many steps you take in a day. They want to monitor when you shit. They want to monitor how much water you drink. They want to monitor when you pop your woman. This is what the elite banking families are into, because this is the blessing that was given unto Jacob. See, the elite Israelites, okay? The elite Israelites, the elect, they're going to be knowing all of these things and everything that's happened before, just like how Yahushua did, because Yahushua was able to tap in, as the elder here in the UK says, Yahushua was able to tap in into the spiritual Google, and he was able to access files from whatever. Yeah, no, this person didn't do that particular sin. This wasn't there. This wasn't the doing of him or his parents. This was so that the Son of Man could be glorified when these miracles were going to take place. How did he know that information? Because Yahushua had the spiritual Google. He was able to access because it's all energy. You take a step, it's energy. You breathe, it's energy. Okay, you do particular things, it's energy. And we know from science that energy can't be destroyed. So, hey, the Most High's got a way of, functioning and who knows who done it. I'm just, I'm thinking as a man, but who knows how the Most High did it, but the Most High could open your mind out and you can see everything that a person ever did. And this is what Esau wants to have, man. This is the power that Esau wants to have. And part of going towards that particular goal is to crash these economies. So here these people was happy getting the stimulus check. They was happy getting the furlough. And lo and behold, the economy is jacked up now. So now I know this one, they're saying it's rebounding. But guess what? For you to see something, for something to be happening. And we were saying months ago inflation was going to come. And it's going to come, man. The book of James, the 5th chapter tells you about it. The book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter tells you about terrible times that was going to come to the earth. So don't hold your breath when you see these articles like it regains. Hold on a minute. For the last 2 days, they were saying Wall Street, all right, Wall Street was suffering. FTSE 100 plunges as U.S. inflation inflation shock batters global markets. Again, global markets. Now they're saying this thing is coming from India now. So what's that going to do to the global markets? It's going to become more heavily inflated as these particular governments pay their people to stay at home. Then you're going to have the so-called universal basic income. Okay? So it's going to get crazy out here, man. Right? FTSE 100 hit by a Wall Street wobble as inflation fears crystallize. So, hey, as you can see it, man, the Lord's working out here. All right? These people are through. And we're nearly out of here. So that's the video. With that, I'm going to say, all praise unto Yahweh, Shema, Shaiba, Shimukah, HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and honor you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.